Hi everyone, my name is Hamid. I'm a biology major, third year. Hoping to go to medical school, so that's kind of the plan right now. So as a professor of the physical sciences,
Right.
what do you think is kind of be the next big thing in technology that kind of brings us a little bit closer to worlds like Star Wars or Star
Right.
Trek? I mean, what is that?
So the next big thing, so first of all, it's always dangerous to make predictions because they never come true, but I'll do it anyway. I can predict what it won't be. Everybody always wants me to tell them how to make a lightsaber. We're probably not going to get lightsabers. I know, I really want one too. The challenge there is the energy, and we can go into that later. But the next big technology, I'm really hoping, and I wonder if we will, is make a breakthrough around computing. A fundamental change. A lot of people are working on it. You know, computers have a fundamental limit the way they're currently designed. They're designed around silicon technology. They're basically all the same, and it's all about making things smaller and smaller and smaller, and you eventually hit fundamental limits. And they also are based fundamentally on a binary storage system, ones and zeros, and that has certain limits. And what people are really interested in is, can we get real quantum computing? Can we get real molecular computing? Can you do something different where you take advantage of really fundamentally what biology does? Computing and the way biology makes decisions and does stuff is not based on electrons moving through silicon. It's really based on ions and ion flow and taking advantage of that. You can have different types of ions and many different states for the ions. And when you think about the brain, there are just some fundamental structural differences between the brain and the computers we make now. And breakthroughs in that area of technology, I think, will be very transformative, and they're not that far away, I hope. The other side I would really like to see a breakthrough, but this is much harder and much farther off, is in space travel. I've always wanted to fly a spaceship. That's kind of why I went into physics, and then I ended up studying bubbles, so I don't know really what happened. But I mean, we can make them, right? We've been to the moon, we've sent probes all over the place, we can get to Mars. But the universe is so vast, unless you figure out something radically different technology-wise, it's hard to imagine how we would ever explore all of space. And I'm a big believer that we'll figure out how to do it, or otherwise there's a lot of wasted space out there. And I don't think space gets wasted that much. So that's where I'd like to see a breakthrough, and I think it's possible, but it's just farther off.
What are your estimates on, like, I know predictions are...
Well, you know, the computer side, I think we're getting surprisingly close, right? And a real transformation in computing could easily happen in you know, 10 to 25 years, which sounds long, but really isn't that long. The challenge with a fundamental breakthrough in space travel is the holdup really is our fundamental understanding of science. It's not an engineering technology problem at the moment. Where we're going to get a breakthrough is probably going to come somewhere in the realm of quantum mechanics and relativity, and the fact that we don't have a unified theory of those. So there's new physics out there that we don't understand that we will hopefully be able to exploit. An example of that really cool recently came from UC Irvine. In fact, some colleagues of mine in the physics department analyzing old data, looks like there's good evidence of what they're calling a fifth force, another force particle. And right there, that's an example of some of the new physics that could have implications down the road for how you would think about space travel. So that's so hard to predict because technology, you know, you're sort of on a path and you can see, okay, we're there and we're going to get it. Making a real fundamental breakthrough in basic science is really random. You know, you never know what smart person is finally going to do that.
The next Apple.
Yep, exactly. Thanks, great question.